Hey guys, Ryan Smith here from CoVenture Investment Properties. Now, this is my very first YouTube video, okay? Now, I hope it doesn't crash and burn, okay? Stick with me. There'll be some mistakes here and there. But all I want to do here is I want to show you a comparison on traditional investing with your money compared to real estate investing. I want to show you the power of real estate investing, okay? So I'll do a little comparison now for high level guys and veterans in this business. This is nothing. This is child's play. This is very low level. But a lot of people out there that are investing money out there, their own money, they need to see where there's another way that they can get the better bang for their buck when it comes to investing. Okay, and you're really going to see when I show this comparison at the very end, you're going to see a huge difference in the two. Okay, now I'm going to flip this around. Don't get all caught up with the numbers. I have $100,000 as an investment here. I'm not saying you should need 100 grand to do this, but I'm just doing it to show you number wise. It's just easy math. Okay, so let me flip this around and we'll get started. Okay, like I said, we're going to start off $100,000. Now, this is the traditional way. If you take 100 grand and you put it in some sort of a mutual fund, and you get 10% return, right? After 1 year, 110 grand, right? You'll make a $10,000 return. Now, let me just say, consistently, year over year, it's very difficult to get 10%. Okay? A lot of people are getting 5, 6%, maybe lower now, especially these days. They're getting, 2, 3%, if not losing money. But let's just use 10%. On a really good year, you get 10%, right? You make 10 grand. Okay? Now, we'll get back to that later. But let's go to the real estate side of things. Okay? $100,000, same 100 grand that you had up here, you now put it in real estate. What you do, you buy 5 properties. Now these properties are $100,000, 20% down payment of 20 grand, right? So it's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 grand. So now, with that same 100,000, you've now accumulated $500,000 in real estate. Okay, see how that multiplied really quickly? Now, of course, there's mortgages on there, right? So the difference between right there is $80,000. So now you have an $80,000 mortgage on each one of those properties. But you're going to have a renter in each one of those properties paying the mortgage down for you. How nice of them. Okay, now I use 5 years here, but I'm supposed to change that. You know what? I'll just change that right here. 3. Okay, this will be a 3-year comparison. Now, the benefits, mortgage pay down, okay? As they're paying down your mortgages for you, right, you get that benefit. The other one, appreciation. Now, I put 2 to 5%. We're going to use 2% just on the very low end, but it's very popular, right, to have the 5%. A lot of people do get the 5% year over year, anywhere in that range, but we're going to use 2% on the low end just to be safe. Now, each property is worth 100 grand, 2% appreciation, that's $2,000 a year. Okay, 102,000 times your 5 properties, $510,000. So now, your real estate that you had up here, valued at 500,000, is now worth 510,000 after year 1. Okay, now I'm going to flip the paper here, and I'll show you some other stuff. We're going to get these numbers. We're going to kind of translate later on into the other papers. Okay, so just 1 second. Take this off here. And put this up right here. Okay, so now that 510,000 I told you earlier, that's after year 1. Okay, appreciation got to 510. So after year 1, we're going to use that 2% again. We're going to make another 10,200. Add that. Now after year 2, you have a value of 520,200. So after 2 years, your properties are valued at 520 grand. Okay, another 2%. Add another 10,400. Add that. After year 3, which we're only going to year 3 on this, your properties are valued at 530,600. Okay, so it's right there. After 3 years, 530,604. you divide that by the 5 properties you have. That gives you each property is valued $106,120. All right. So we'll get back to that number in a second. But now we're going to get to mortgage pay down. Now what I did is I just used $4,000 a year paid down annually, right off of your mortgage, from your mortgage being paid. So we're just going to, it's actually going to get better for you as the years go on, but we're just going to stick with the $4,000 just to make it easy for math. I like it easy. Okay, so right here, mortgage pay down, you have an $80,000 mortgage. Subtract the $4,000, you're down to $76,000 mortgage. Same thing, year 2, 76, subtract 4, 72, and year 3, 72,000, subtract the $4,000, you're down to a $68,000 mortgage. Okay, now back to this $106,120. This is how much the value of each one of those properties is going to be. All right, now I'm going to switch this paper again, and we're going to get to the last bit of paper here. And now I'm going to show you back to the beginning where you did the traditional 100,000 in a mutual fund or something, right? That $100,000 right there, remember we did the 10%? Well, after 3 years, you have made $133,100. Okay? Remember, we started with $100,000. Now you're at $133,100. Okay, so you subtract your original 100. You've made $33,100 after 3 years. And that's giving you the benefit of having 3 consecutive years at 10% return, which, like I told you earlier, is very hard to do. Okay, so this 33,000 actually is probably going to be lower than that. Probably going to be 24,000 or in that range, right? But we'll just give you we'll give you the full benefit of the 10%, and you've made $33,100 after 3 years. Now, compare that to what real estate will do for you. I put my phone down for 1 sec so I can pin this bad boy up here. All right. So now, remember the value we had of all your properties after 3 years was $530,604. Now, the banks will give you anywhere from 75 to 80% loan to value on your property, on what your value is your property. So 80% loan to value on the values of your property will give you $424,483. Okay. Now, I have here mortgages, $340,000, and that's because of the $68,000, which I had over here. Remember this? After year 3, $68,000 mortgage. Well, $68,000 mortgage times five properties equals $340,000 in mortgages. Okay, so you take the loan to value that the banks are going to give you, the 424, subtract your mortgages, gets you $84,483. Now, we won't even get it. I'll get into this bottom part in a sec, but just stopping right there, that's $84,483 that you have access to, that's yours, compared to this, $33,100. Okay, this is the traditional way, making your 10% for 3 years in a row, $33,000, compared to the real estate way, after 3 years, having access to $84,000. Okay, huge difference right there. So, what you're going to do though with that $84,000 is you are going to go and you are going to buy 3 more properties, right? Which I labeled right here. You can buy 3 $130,000 properties, right? Using a $26,000 down payment. So you take that $84,000, subtract $26,000 3 times, and you'll be able to get 3 more properties using this money that you pulled out of there. Okay, so the big final comparison after 3 years with traditional investing with the 10%, that's all you're getting. That's all the benefit you get. After 3 years, you make $33,000. Real estate, after 3 years, you'll own 8 properties valued over 920 grand, plus you'll have $36,000 in cash flow. Now, the cash flow, I just quickly put it down here. If you average $200 per property, times 5 properties is $1,000 a month, times 12 months, $12,000 a year, times your 3 years is 36 grand, $36,000 in cash flow. Okay? So you have $920,000 in value of your properties, your 8 properties, because remember, we just bought 3 more. $36,000 in cash flow, and the difference that the bank gave us up here, our value of all our properties, subtract, they only gave us 80% loan to value. So remember, there's still a difference here. There's still 20% equity in in all your properties. That 20% works out to $106,000 in equity. So you add all that stuff together, you have $1,062,121. Okay? So after 3 years of non-real estate, $33,100, real estate, $1,062,121. Okay? Let me flip this around. As you can see, now you might have to go back and just watch this video again and kind of stop it and look at different things. But as you can see, after 3 years, it's a huge discrepancy when it comes to what you get with the traditional way and what you get with the real estate way, right? So that is the power of real estate investing, okay? You're using the money and you're leveraging it and you're buying multiple properties. Now, remember, when you pull that money out, when you do that loan to value ratio and you actually pull that and you get that 84,000 out, you take that 84 grand and you go buy more properties, right? And guess what? The cycle begins. Another 3 years, those 8 properties are going to have the mortgage pay down. They're going to get more appreciation. And then after those 3 years, you can refinance, get the same loan to value ratio, pull that money out and buy 3 more properties. So we're talking in 3, 6, 9 years. Now, that's the tough part. A lot of people don't like looking in, 5-year, 10-year increments. They want to know in 6 months, what do I make? In 1 year, what do I make? Right? It's a very right now type society, right? Instant gratification. That's what everyone wants. But really, what are you, if you're a 30-year-old, woman, 30-year-old guy, in 9 years, right? Or say 10 years, right? You're 40 years old and we're talking in the millions of net worth. You're not going to get that by putting your money in the bank. Okay? You're just not. You could extrapolate these numbers from 3 years to 6 to 9. Like if we use that 33,000, if we use this 33,000 right there after 3 years and you do it to 9 years, right? In 9 years, that's going to be like 100 grand, right? In 9 years, you're going to make $100,000. Compared to 9 years, you're going to be, you're going to have a net worth in the $3 to $4 million range. It's not even close. Okay. So I just wanted to put those numbers out there. I just want to do a quick comparison for you guys, just to show you the power of real estate investing. If you've never seen it, if you've never seen anyone putting numbers on papers like this, when I first seen all this and broke it down, of course, everyone says, oh, money's good. Real estate's the way to go with money. But until you see it broken down, it's very difficult to kind of wrap your head around how much better it really is, right? Because as we see with the days, like what's happening right now, with this world we're living in, with this COVID-19, stock markets are crashing, right? People have their money in RSPs, their pensions, and everything is just going downhill. Okay, real estate on the other side, on the other side of things, is interest rates are going down. People are getting into real estate. They're buying properties because they can buy homes now with lower interest rates, right? It's just all in all, it's just a way better way, way to go. Okay, I've been doing real estate now. I learned for about 2 years. I did a couple of renovation projects. My second one is going to be on the markets like in about a week. My investor on this one's going to make out really well. My first investor on my first project made double digits. You know, I'm telling you, this is the way to go. Okay, now, like I said before, don't get scared of the 100. I know I used 100 grand in this whole video, but there's people out there that have this kind of money that aren't using it this way, right? So if they see these kind of videos, they can see and open up their eyes of, oh, there's other ways I could be making more money than, you know, just sitting in the bank or collecting 6% in a fund somewhere. And the other one is the people that don't have this kind of money, right? They may have 10 grand and don't know what to do with it, right? It's eventually going to get spent, or it's just sitting somewhere. Some people may have 20 grand sitting somewhere, access to, right? Those way that can be used the same way. You just have to hook up with guys like me, who I have a lot of connections in this industry, that guys that do this for a living, and they know way more than I do, and they can help anybody use this to their advantage. Okay, so reach out to me on Facebook, Ryan Smith on Facebook. My company on Facebook, Facebook page is CoVenture Investment Properties. Okay, I'll try and make more videos of this on YouTube as I go. Hopefully, you guys stuck with me for 16 minutes. I know it's a long one. Anyways, be great, guys. Okay, really look at this kind of stuff and message me, comment. If you want to subscribe to my channel, be the first one. Be the first subscriber to my channel. It'd be awesome. Okay, so be great, and we'll see you in the next video.